Best thing that's ever happened to you financially. Go.
Easy. Sold my car on Carvana. Amazing offer.
Really? I hit 200 on a scratcher.
Did the scratcher come to your house and hand you a check?
No.
How many scratchers did you hit to get that? I hit a button on Carvana.com once.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like the lottery, except you always win.
Not like the lottery at all, actually.
Exactly. Inexplicably good. Offers worth bragging about. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Queen Carvania stood haloed by the morning sun. An army hung on her every word.
My champions, I have sold my chariot on Carvana. 'Twas a lovely SUV, an inexplicably queenly offer. They're even coming to the castle to collect it. Tonight, we feast! An offer you can feast on. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
You're the one that saved me. When we're together, there's nothing we can do. I'll always love you. That's a Gretchen Rossi song. It's been stuck in my head all day long. I live for Gretchen Rossi's music career. Hi, everybody. How are you? Are we doing good this week? I hope so. I am chipper. I'm alone. I feel like I just don't say it enough, but I love this podcast. I love it. I love doing it. I love listening to it. I love putting it out in the universe. I love not apologizing. And I will do it till I bleed the fuck out. Because let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of gigging recently. Katinka needs to pay for her shoes. Katinka needs to get the dolphins out of her pool. I don't want my spinoff show, The Bankruptcy Bible, to ever see the light of day, although I do think it would fuck and slap. So I've been, she's been working. Okay, she's back from Paris. She's had at least 6 regular bowel movements, and she's back in fucking business because I like to move it. I like to go. I say this completely authentically. This is a shtick-free zone always. I mean this from the truest part of my labia. I have learned that I think I am an industry rarity in the case that I have little to zero desire to be on camera. I have learned that it's just not really for me. I'm a coward. I want to talk shit behind a microphone for all of eternity. And here we are. Hi. Little Handy Andy has been helping his mother move, and with that has come a lot of little treasured childhood mementos. And I don't consider myself a jealous wife, although that's not entirely true. Sometimes I get bored and I make up scenarios in my head just to feel alive, because when I think things are just like a little boring and stable, I like to shake it up, only in my personal home life, not with my friendships or professional relationships. Sometimes I just like to fuck with the person that's legally bound to me, and that's Andrew. We've been married almost 5 years, and granted, he's a songwriter, he's an artistic human being. I have been bragging about being a published poet at the age of 12 for the better half of the last decade together, and Andrew failed to mention to me that he also dabbled in some light poetry writing, and his mother gave me one of his poems that he wrote in the 9th grade. And I don't want to say that it irritated me, but it fucking irritated me. How embarrassing. Imagining Andrew with a little moleskin and a little, clicking pencil, sitting on a school bench in his schpants and his DC, skater boy shoes with his Vakakta white boy bowl cut, just scribbling away, writing out his feelings, kind of makes me want to throw up and punch him right in the dick. Some other boring, basic, doting wives would read their husband's childhood poetry book and get misty or think it was cute and like, oh, babe, this is so cute. Not this bitch. I want to take every Super Plus tampon that I can wrangle in the Western Hemisphere and shove it up his asshole cavity because I'm like repulsed and a little jelly. So because Andrew doesn't listen to this podcast, I'd like to kick off this episode with a poem written by my husband, Andrew Hawes. Age, how old was he? Oh, this is even more embarrassing. Age 15. Kill me, beat me, stab me. It's called Only a Dream. I was walking. Then I saw her there, like a beautiful cloud from the sky or an angel passing by. We started talking, then again walking. Her face was like sunshine. So I thought to myself, I wish she could be mine. Then everything would be fine. But then again, it was only a dream. That's the worst fucking poem I've ever heard in my entire life. A, is it about me? No. B, the rhyme scheme is disgusting. And that's why we don't have a Grammy in this house. And C, I mean, I'm just going to say it. What a pussy. Moving right along. We'll see how your marriage ends up if you keep bashing your husband on your podcast. Don't call your husband a pussy. It's emasculating. Yo, yo, yo. Cordy cakes. Your husband is probably ejaculating to a picture of your fucking sister. So don't tell me how to navigate the ins and outs of my highly functioning, spicy marriage. Bye. I know this probably comes as a shock to you listening at home, but I try not to dip my toe in the pool of the topic bullying because I kind of consider myself a professional bar. Sorry, I have about 14 pounds of strip lashes on my face, and I think I just had a stroke. The translation on that was a professional bully, okay? I do think that small increments of quote unquote bullying builds self-esteem, grit, character, and a rough and tumble attitude. Now, I think that picking on someone that can't defend themselves or low-hanging fruit or an underdog is despicable. But people like me who were just hugged a little too much as a child and got too many gold stars on their forehead need to be put down verbally, maybe even just maybe literally, like take them down to the pound and put them down. I don't disagree with that sentiment. I'm a raging asshole. So while I've been rewatching The Real Housewives of Orange County, the notion of bullying comes up a lot with Alexis Bellino. And, there's that iconic scene of Jesus Jugs in the back at the Cut Fitness parking lot after their lunch dinner party. And she's saying, I had to go on Xanax for it, Lydia. And she is saying that she was bullied by the other members of the cast. I'm going to go on record and say that I, Jackie Schimmel-Hawes, stand with Alexis Bellino. I've been doing a lot of recourse. I think that they really pounced on her like fucking pumas, and she's just a little skirt steak. Maybe a discount pork loin, okay? In a fucking poly blend halter top maxi dress with a jewel emblem and a trucker hat, and maybe a little sterling silver hoop because Jimbo had to pawn off of her diamond hoopies. What did Alexis Bellino do to fucking anybody? She did nothing. She stood by Chinny Chin Chin McGee, aka Jim fucking Bellino, and that's it. What did she do? She was the most innocent, naive. Sure. Did she talk about her cars too much? Okay. Is she guilty of an embellished fedora and a ruffle skirt with a wedge cork sandal? You bet. But as far as being the recipient of so much hate from these women and vitriol does not make sense to me. Justice for Alexis Bellino. Moving on. I've had a lot of aesthetic epiphanies this past week, just being on the good old E network. It really opens up the floodgates to middle America. And, these people are not wrong. I have always thought that I was super cute, just my whole life, like delusionally so. I have had the epiphany that I can no longer pull off a beach wave. Like, it's not in my future trajectory. It's been done. I look like my name is Carol and I make banana bread. So I am retiring the beach wave. My hair holds like a pipe cleaner. I can no longer weather the storms of a beachy wave kind of gal. It's not who I am. I have to evolve. I've also realized that with the combination of a volumizing spray, a beachy wave, and just one too many coats of mascara and an overlined lip, I look like John Benet Ramsey with just a touch of Quasimodo. Like not a 10, not even an 8, not even a 6. Truly, this is not a ploy for compliments, although I love that angle because I love myself. I have a face for podcasting. And, put me in a romper, put a fake weave in my head and a strip lash. I low-key look like Gypsy Rose Blanchard in a blonde wig and like an area outfit with like a crystal, a diamante embellishment. It's not working. I'm going back to the drawing board. I'm reassessing. Stay tuned next week. I'm figuring my shit out. Here's the real question on everybody's lips. Does Jackie Schimmel-Haas need veneers? I vote yes. Don't give me your feedback. I'll get defensive and then I'll start attacking your character and probably your aesthetics in the DMs. So don't do it. Don't tussle with a tiger. But I think I might need some dental work. Speaking of dental work, Kanye West will not be performing at this year's Grammy Awards being hosted by Trevor Noah. Why, Jackie? Well, apparently his problematic behavior on social media has deferred his performance. So, that's that. I think it's a good call. I can't imagine, what are you supposed to do? You win! By the way, who do I have to fuck to get a follow-up song over here? My Grandma Gloria is asking the same thing. Andrew is just walking around with his dick in his hand, writing poetry for some elusive 9th grade whore. And I can't get a lover's ballad and Grandma Gloria can't get a summer anthem. What a lazy fuck. Marry me. If you know, you know. If you don't, keep up. Do better, Brenda. Here's some exciting news. Amanda Bynes' conservatorship ends today, allegedly. I have to say allegedly after everything because I'm a headline skimmer. And, reading is hard. And I'd just like to say to the people that send me trilogy DMs talking about their cat went missing, but then they found their cat and then their best friend they were supposed to go to have dinner. And then 2.5 hours before, the friend said, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling good. I can't go to dinner. And it really hurt your feelings because you really wanted to go to this restaurant. And now you don't want to go alone because your friend's hanging out with your boyfriend because then she posted a video and you just don't know what to do. First of all, you need to take pause, look inward, and fuck all the way off. If you're writing a stranger a DM about being stood up by your friend for dinner on a Tuesday, hot tip, nobody fucking cares. And the reason that your friend didn't want to go to dinner with you is because you're annoying as fuck. I'm refreshing for the feminist movement. I gotta say, women, we have to just take pause and understand that biologically, we're a little emotion. And if we can curtail those certain times, we'll be so much more clear and functional. You don't need to get upset that you weren't invited and then say your friend posted something on the Instagram and then you found out they were out, but they didn't want you to come. That's a you thing. I'll make this about me. That's what I do best. All my girlfriends enrolled in tennis lessons. And guess who was not invited? Me. You know why? Because I'm overly competitive. I'm a terrible sport. I complain nonstop. I'm not exactly Mrs. Athletic. And I should just be at home where I belong with my tits hanging low, a frothy teeny staring into the abyss of reality television. I don't need to go Serena Williams it up. They don't want to play with me. And that's a me thing. They're smart. I can remove myself from the situation and understand that they made the right decision. I don't know how we went from Amanda Bynes to my failed tennis career, but let's kick it back to Amanda. Amanda Bynes was my hero as a child. I feel like most millennials can agree with that. What a girl wants. She's the man, the Amanda show, all that. This girl was my fucking hero. I thought she was the prettiest, funniest, spunkiest bitch on the block.
on the Nickelodeon block. And to watch her lose her shit was very difficult. Now, a psychiatrist is signing off saying that her judgment is not impaired. She's off drugs. She's clean. She's healthy. She's in the right direction. I hope that's the case because listen, we need a She's the Man too. I don't know how it would fare in the woke culture of 2022. I feel like it might be like a transphobic issue. LGBTQIA plus might have some type of, a word about it. But I think that we should bring it back because the fact that that wasn't nominated for an Oscar is tragique. Speaking of tragique, I am happy to report and announce that we, ladies and gentlemen, are on the forefront, on the brink of music festival season. Music festival season is a slippery slope for men and women everywhere. If you live in California, Coachella stagecoach culture is alive and well. And after 2 years of boomeranging in front of a fucking Ferris wheel with your shit dick flower crown, we back, baby. I have a lot of thoughts about music festivals in general, not because I completely bombed on stage at Life is Beautiful a few months ago doing a live podcast. It was the worst. I can say it now because now we're removed from it. And, hindsight's 2020, unless you're legally blind like me, Helen Keller vibes. It was so terrible. Like it was it was like bleeding out on a stage. I was awful. I was an asshole. Nobody was laughing. I went in full Tanya Harding defense mode. I went full rogue pit bull and started just attacking innocent bystanders, which is, classic shimmy shims. It was not a vibe. There was 4 people in the audience that actually cared or got what I was talking about. Then there was just a lot of tweaky Reno dudes in fucking board shorts with netting and tank tops, just like waiting for fucking David Guetta to pop off, bro. And they weren't laughing. They were like borderline booing me. And I finally held eye contact with some motherfucker in the audience and was like, guess what? You don't have to laugh. I get paid no matter what, fucker. And it's not gracious. She's not lovely. Here's the thing with Coachella and Stagecoach. Do less. Just across the board. Any instinct you have, do less. Your outfit this year, 2022, it's a new time. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. And I'm feeling decent, as Michael Bublé once said. Oh, fuck it. By the way, Michael Bublé, things you never hear in March because he's in his little gnome troll fuck cave, rubbing arnica all over his wife because he manhandles her. I can't. Allegedly. He's a little handsy. We saw him on Instagram Live. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do a quick Goog search. He's got a rough touch. You know that girlfriend that everybody has that just like is on steroids or something and is like a little too fucking aggressive, who like jokingly will pinch you and then you wake up and you're like bruised and you're like, what is this? Is this surface pressure from El Encanto? Like, why are you hurting me? And let the hoes know, you better watch yourself, okay? Let me tell you something. Andrew and I were leaving lunch the other day. We took separate cars because I don't like to be tethered to her fucking errands. She likes to mosey around. She likes to go to Costco. Everything she does is at half speed. And I like to go. I like to peruse at Gelson's. Girl needs to fly. She needs to spread her wings, spread her legs, and spread her fucking... I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny and it just didn't come to me because, I'm not a monkey at the zoo. We have off days. Andrew comes up behind me and like runs up and is like, yo, bitch, give me your bag. Like as a joke. And when I tell you my Scully Bottega, okay, it's a weapon. It's like basically nunchucks, overpriced nunchucks. I threw that elbow up so fucking quick before he could even whisper a fucking consonant. I am ready, fight or flight mode. Okay. I will throw elbows. I'll rip out your eyelashes. I will take your balls in my bare hand, get so close to your face that we are touching tips of noses, and I will mangle your balls. I dare a motherfucker. Andrew's always like, be careful. When I was going to Paris, be careful. I'm like, I dare a bitch. I dare you. You want to play? You think I'm some fawn in the fucking woods? Bambi? I'm a velociraptor. I'm Musafa. I feel like that's a dip. That's like a meze dip. Mustafa, whatever. I will fuck you up. Do not let these big old titties and small rib cage fool you. Yo soy loco. I've said it once. I've said it twice. I could lift a car. I'll stab your eyes out with my single-use plastic straw. I will whittle a twig into a shank and stab you in every artery of your body with barely blinking, okay? And not even a bead of sweat. I'll give you a hair flip and I'll be off to the fucking Gelsons getting some goddamn Sausalito turkey. Anyways, Bella Hadid came forward and acknowledged the fact that she got a nose job at 14, which was exciting because in a pursuit of total transparency, I think that everyone should be very forthcoming about what they have had done. And when I get new Hillary Duff veneers, I'll let you know. And hopefully I can tag a doctor. Maybe they'll give them to me for free because veneers are expensive. Nay! I have to be careful broaching this topic, but, I appreciate Bella Hadid admitting to a singular rhinoplasty. I mean, remember Melissa Gorga? Oh, it's contouring. It's contouring. It's contouring. It's not contouring. Okay. What is your contour a knife? Because that ain't contouring. Do I think that Bella Hadid has only had a nose job? In my unprofessional alleged opinion, no. I think that there's probably more going on there. Is it her right not to disclose everything? Sure. Do I wish she would? Yes. I think it's a cool, awesome, important thing to do. And honestly, it's just not that big of a deal. I like to openly discuss the surgeries I plan on getting once I get the mosaic dolphins out of my pool. Would I like a bit of a rhinoplasty? You damn right. Do I want the fox eye thing? Of course I do. Do I need veneers? Probably. Do I want a scalp transplant? Yes. Tits to my fucking shoulders? You betcha. I want a reduction. I want a lift. I need to figure out my laser hair removal situation because my vagina looks like Jason Alexander. Half of it's lasered, half of it's very, very Jewish. And I won't get into details, but she's textured. My vagina is going to birthright, okay? And she's on top bunk and she's going to have all the dips, all the Mustafas. And when you wax and laser, you just have to wonder about your asshole. Luckily, I'm not engaging in any anal play, but I've had my butthole lasered. This is a great show. This is awesome. I've had my asshole lasered and waxed, and I don't think there's roughage back there, but there might be a rogue tendril, fresh out of Chabad. An Orthodox Jew, just one singular tendril, and I live in fear of that little curly Sue ringlet coming out of my butthole. I don't know how you all feel listening at home, but I'm very perplexed and intrigued by hall culture. Jackie, what's hall culture? I'm going to tell you. I understand the intrigue and kind of the fun and the luxe appeal of watching someone show you the expensive shit they just bought. I would like to go on record and say that I can probably guarantee that I'm never going to do something like that because it just feels incredibly dangerous. And everybody that I know and love in my real life will talk endless shit about me and probably stop speaking to me. I don't know what it is. It's just, it's a recipe for disaster. It's like bending over, spreading your butt cheeks, exposing your Orthodox Jew asshole tendril, and then just giving people permission to just fist you up the ass with judgment. That's how I feel about it. It's yikes.com, that comboed with a house tour and a DIY skincare tutorial. I just can't. But sharing is caring. And I want to share with you my absolute favorite secret beauty product that I have been using for years and years and years. I tell all my best friends, and now I'm going to tell you. And unfortunately, I'm not being paid for it. But Chanel, if you'd like to send me some back supply, I've been working with the same stick for 5.5 years. I applied said shimmer stick to the bridge of my nose and the little gape of my lip for my mother's goddamn funeral. That's how long I've had this stick. It has weathered every storm with me, and it only gets better with age. Something about it, it gets hot. It's gone to the Bahamas. It's been to Europe. It's experienced all different types of climate, and it's oily perfection. It's gooey. It's sticky. It's delicious. Chanel has a stick. It's called something. It's the sculpting highlight stick. You will have this stick for 10 years. It truly gets better with age. I know that makeup expires. Guess who doesn't give a fuck about that? Me. My grandma Gloria consistently eats ground 99.9% fat-free turkey meat as her main food source that could be months old, and she is fit as a goddamn fiddle. So expiration dates, just a suggestion. I don't care about toxins. I don't care about sulfates. I don't care about clean beauty. It can go fuck itself. You know what I want? A dewy sheen on my cheekbone. And that's what this Chanel stick will give you. It is the only thing you need to fake health and wellness, okay? Because listen, Jessica Alba called. She wants her water back. I know. You know who's dead behind the eyes? Jessica Alba. Just kidding. I bet she's absolutely lovely. And God, is she pretty. Honey, too. Sign me up. I'll invest. You know, honestly, her best role was the glorified extra in Never Been Kissed. She was busting crop tops. She had cute butterfly clips. She was Ruthalicious. We don't give her enough credit. She was in Never Been Kissed. Watch it back. This toothy little critter has not been the beacon of health, wellness, and hydration. It doesn't matter. All you need is a little sheen on the cheeks, a little sheen on the nose bridge, and a little pop over your lip, and it looks like you are thriving, you are youthful, you are dewy. Matte is so 2020. We're over it. I don't like matte anything. I don't want a matte car. It's just tragic. I mean, you just either have a micro penis or a daddy drama if you're driving like a matte black. Like, it's just no. Especially if it's a Hyundai. You know how I feel about that. Yeah, take those emblems off. Is that a Bentley, bro? No, it's not. I don't like matte cars. I don't like matte lipstick. I don't like matte foundation. I don't like any of the things. Why would you want to be flat and matte when you could be sparkly, right? It's chalky and corpsey and not fresh-faced, and I'm fucking sick of it. And I'm just realizing I never even landed the plane on my Coachella do's and don'ts for the music festivals. Well, yeah, I did. Do less, buy the stick, get a glow, put a white t-shirt on, some jean shorts, some cute fucking sneakers, and a cool bag, and get a beer and shut the fuck up. Like, are we really doing that this year? I get it. By the way, you're talking to the queen of embellishment over here, but we're not doing the crop tops anymore. Also, it's not EDC. If you're wearing like a neon mesh at a music festival, you need to stay the fuck home and you need to phone a friend. And by friend, I mean a licensed professional, because you're not killing the game. You don't need to be in a body net. Also, you're talking to a Jewish girl from the Valley who doesn't really fucking camp. But if you're over the age of 35 and you're sleeping in the desert and shitting in a porta potty so you can fucking jam out, Paul Oakenfold goes on in the Sahara tent at fucking 5 p.m. I gotta get there. Gotta get front row seats. You need to stay home. You know why? Because your life is in shambles. You're sleeping on the dirt. You're 35 years old. Brendan, go home. Bunk up at an Embassy Suites with 5 of your circle jerk friends and your white Oakley sunglasses. You're sleeping in a tent. Okay? You're defecating in a box. Oh, Jackie, you said you weren't going to do this. You said you weren't going to do this. Oh, well, fuck it. A lot of you have sent me this very perplexing TikTok video that is soon to be viral, discussing the whereabouts of Julian Huff's 2 dogs. I want to be very sensitive when I broach this topic because I like dogs more than I like humans. And this is all alleged. Listen, my TikTok algorithm is contouring, cooking, chopping, and small children falling. And if you don't think that when a kid face plants, it's funny, we're not for each other. I love when kids fall. I love when I see kids having full-blown meltdowns in the grocery store. And the mom's like, Timmy, get up. I'll give you a cookie. Timmy, it's going to be okay. Like, why are you crying? You can't have the granola. Like, just like fully short-circuiting, like Stepford Wiving, just like smiling through the tears. And the kid is just laying on the ground, screaming bloody murder. Ah! I think that shit's funny. I know I'll be in that place one day and I'll just I'll just leave them there. Honestly, I'll be like, fine, bitch, you can walk home. Good luck. You shoplift, we'll put you behind bars. I don't care if you're fucking 6 years old. Heard of juvie? Heard of boarding school? Basically, this guy on TikTok was contacted by someone that worked at the veterinary office where Julianne Hough brought her dogs after they were attacked by a coyote. Now, for some reason, the media tends to glaze over Julianne Hough. I mean, she weathered the blackface incident of the Casamigos Halloween party with flying colors. I don't know what else she's done. That one is the real kicker. But, she's been able to navigate some PR crises quite tenderly with a kickball change and jazz hand. So when Julianne Hough's both of her dogs passed at the same time, there were a lot of unanswered questions. There was never a statement like, this is what happened. And we all kind of just forgot and moved on. Well, this TikToker comes out with this trilogy, Lord of the Rings Could Never, about what happened with Julianne Hough and Brooks Ayers. Nope, that's Vicky Gunvalson's ex-boyfriend, Girth Brooks. Brooks Lake, it doesn't matter. I don't care what his name is. I hate his face. So allegedly, the dogs were attacked by coyotes, which is my biggest fear in fucking life. And talk about Mustafa. If a coyote comes near my dog, I will buck up. I will go full Taylor Lautner in Twilight, and I will turn into an alpha wolf, and I will tear that coyote limb to limb. I will get my bare finagled Vakakta veneers out, and I will fucking kill them. Oh, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm just kidding. I would never. It's their land. Gotta love my Nextdoor app. All of these people are like, hey, we've had like a pack of coyotes waiting outside, licking their chops at my chihuahua. Like, what can we do to get the coyotes out of our yard? And everyone takes that as like them wanting to exterminate the coyotes. That's not it. We could put rollers out. You could put like some wolf piss, whatever. I think we're allowed to just inquire about how to get certain animals that will kill our most precious babies, our pets, out of our yard. We're not saying to like, evict them from their land. I understand the way that the pyramid works and the food chain, and they were here first. I got it. No one seems to mind about Thanksgiving, mind you. All of these Brendas and the Carols on the next door, it's their land. Well, did they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking price to live at their dead mom's house? I'm fragile. Sorry if I don't want my precious baby Richard to be mangled by a coyote. And he's going, it's their land. This land is your land. This land is my land. But here comes Thanksgiving right around the corner. Please show us your gobble gobble charcuterie plate. Here's another thing that pisses me the fuck off. Charcuterie plates are strictly meat. So a cheese and meat plate is not charcuterie. Get out more. Charcuterie is meats only. Fromage and charcuterie is a combo platter. Get your shit together. You want to talk about woke? You want to talk about culture? Okay, don't say to me, should we get a charcuterie board and expect there to be cheese on there? Because that's not what it means. Google it. Fuck, I literally forgot what I was talking about. Charcuterie, coyotes, Julianne Hough. Got it. Okay, woof, woof. So she brings her dogs in, allegedly, and they had passed on, or they were in the process of passing on. They were attacked by coyotes. They drove to the vet. They wanted to say goodbye in the private room. A family was already in said private room. They're kind of going back and forth with the receptionist. Like, we just want to say goodbye. We want that room. They're like, we can't kick this family out. Like, they're saying their goodbyes. They're putting their dog down. So finally, Julianne, Brooks, and I believe a friend or two get into a room with said dogs. This room had cameras inside. Now, I know you're probably thinking that's kind of weird, but a lot of vets in Los Angeles, I just know this firsthand, have cameras in some of the rooms because if you board your dog there, they do like live streams. Literally, the place where Leo goes, you can opt for the dogs to go on a limo trip to McDonald's. You have Skype sessions. You can have them read a bedtime story. They call it like Hollywood Hills. Like, it's ridiculous. It's the most moronic thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I will not stand for it. And by the way, Richard doesn't fucking go there. So for whatever reason, this employee says that there are cameras in the room where Julianne, her husband, and her friend are saying goodbye to their dead dogs. I mean, it's like awful to say. It like hurts my butthole and my heart. And what happened next is that Julianne started chanting and circling and making demonic sounds and summoning something somewhere, doing some form of like a tribal dance number around the dogs, speaking in tongues, a lot of weird shit. I'd like to say this one more time. This is all alleged. You're welcome, Fran. Fran's my lawyer. She's going to be shitting herself listening to this. I have no clue if this is true or not. This could be one of those conspiracy viral TikTok videos. I will say everyone's losing their shit over this story. I'm not that surprised. Everyone's like, what? This is crazy. I've been sent it 4,000 times. This seems pretty on brand. If somebody told me that Julianne Hough wanted to say goodbye to her dogs and she busted out a crop top with a chiffon genie pant and started dry humping the veterinary assistant, I would barely blink. You know, everybody grieves differently. And I don't know that we should judge one's grieving process. I don't know if this was some form of an exorcism. I've said it once. I'll say it twice. Reagan walked so Julianne could shuffle off the buffalo. 5, 6, 7, 8, hop, step, kick. Everyone does different things. I internalized, spent a lot of money, and cried myself to sleep to Natalie Merchant's Wonder. That's what I did to grieve. Maybe I should have summoned. Maybe I should have danced. I hope you dance. Leanne Womack vibe. I have a lot of friends in the music industry that escaped cults, like actually escaped cults. And so I'm well versed in the cult life. I'll probably have one of my friends on to like explain what happened because it's fascinating and fucking wild and corrupt and like this moral Ponzi scheme, and like nobody talks about it. And I think we see it a lot in the wellness community, and I will tackle it eventually. I just need to get my yard redone before I start really like blowing the whistle on people, places, and things, because, you know, it could end badly for me. But I have been privy to a lot of cult adjacent behavior, especially with a lot of these motivational self-help gurus that have kind of a tiered program that you can pay for status to, open a new window of prosperity, to live as your best self. It's all a lot of smoke, mirrors, and jazz hands. Do you think that they sell adult flippers on Amazon? And I'm not talking about like aquatic flippers, because God knows I haven't gone past knee deep in a pool since 1993. I can barely fucking swim. I'm like Anne Hathaway, just limbs flailing in the shallow end. But I'm talking about like the flippers, like the fake teeth, toddlers and tiaras. I don't know. I'm going to look into it. The Real Housewives of Orange County filmed their reunion last week, and we got a sneak peek of their looks, honey. And whoever edited those photos and like whited out their eyes and mangled their faces needs to get fired ASAP. Someone was having a couple too many Guinnesses on St. Patrick's Day and did some weird shit. Shannon Bedore, she is wearing, I don't know who she's wearing. She's wearing like a pink long sleeve shift dress. Never forget her like Mrs. Claus, Shih Tzu, half up, half down, like snow bunny, puffy look from a couple of years ago. It was one of the worst reunion looks I've ever seen. She's looking great. She's got the perfect wave. Not a Karen wave like I've been hawking on television recently, but like a cool, like a Laguna mermaid wave. I don't like that she's wearing a light pink dress with black shoes. It's just throwing me off. It's a reunion. Could we go with a metallic, maybe a sparkle, maybe just an adverse color? A black shoe, it's just, we don't need it. Jen Armstrong, who I barely know. I mean, that's what we call a one seasoner. She's wearing this lime green with like a baby turquoise ostrich feather. I actually like this. I think if I wore it with a high pony and an Amina Muaddi wrap-up sandal, I would have boners all across the USA, just of one massive circle jerk. So I like it. I mean, I think the execution is off, but she looks like the outfit. I love it. I love the dress. I don't know. Noella is wearing a fuchsia cutout satin number. Noella's so gorgeous that it kind of doesn't matter what she wears. I just kind of like looking at her face. And that's that. Heather Dubrow. We got to talk about Heather Dubrow. I love me some Heather Dubrow. I think she's what the franchise needs. I think this outfit and just the accessories that she's wearing are so season 2 daytime. And I'm really very disappointed in this outfit, head to toe. I actually think because I hold her to a high regard and I know that she has the resources and access, I'm mad at her a little bit. Gina Kirschenheider, however you say her last name, Gina is the best dressed. Things I never thought I would say. She's figured out her hair. She's figured out her outfit. She looks cute. She looks young. She looks fresh. She looks dewy. She's not over accessorized. She's got a simple choker. She's not doing the body chain thing. She looks fucking good. Fucking real good. Emily Simpson also looks good. I mean, Real Housewives of Orange County is not giving us Luke's typically. So the bar is set so low. But I think Emily Simpson looks good. I mean, I think her body looks great. I think she's really figured her shit out. And that's what I have to say about that. Make sure you stay tuned next week. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. Follow me at Jackie Schimmel, and we'll chit chat next week. Love you.